Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 8 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the number sequences and the lessons we're going to cover today are number sequences mixed review, evaluate variable expressions for number sequences, write variable expressions for arithmetic sequences. Okay, here I am on the grade 8 math. The chapter we're working on is number sequences. Let's just start with the lesson that is number sequences mixed review. Okay, type the missing number in the sequence. So one of the number is missing in the sequence. You have to find the missing number. So how do you calculate the missing number? First you have to identify the pattern in the rule, pattern in the sequence, like how the sequence is increasing, right? So just look at these numbers. They are 525, the missing number 625 and 3125, right? Each next number is you have to multiply the previous number by 5 to get the next number, right? You can see here you have 5 times 5 is 25, 625 times 5 is 3125, so that would be 25 times 5, right? 25 times 5 is 125, so the missing number is 125, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, type the missing number in the sequence. Right now, first of all, you have to identify the pattern is you have to see how the sequence is increasing, right? Okay, let's just see. 4 plus 0 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 16 plus 8 is 24, 24 plus 10 is 34, right? That means every time you have to add two more. So the next one you have to add 4. So 6 plus 4 is 10. That means the missing number is 10, right? So that's how you can identify the pattern in the numbers and you can calculate the missing number. The missing number is 10. Okay, type the missing number in the sequence. Let's just see how do we calculate the pattern. Okay, 19 plus 7 is 26, right? And 26 plus again 7 is 33. And 33 plus 7 is 40. That means for each next number you have to add 7 to the last number. So for the next one, you have to add 40 plus 7, and 40 plus 7 is 47, right? So the missing number is 47. So the missing number is 47. Got it? Forty-seven it is. Okay, find the missing number in the pattern. Let's see how the pattern is growing. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 plus 9 is 25. 25 plus 11 is 36 and 11 plus 13 is 49. So for the next number, you have to add 15. So 49 plus 15 is 9 plus 5 is 14, 4, 1 carry. That is 4, 5, and 6. So that means for the next number, you have to add 15 and the missing number is 64. Got it? The missing number in the sequence is 64. Okay, for the next number, you have to identify the pattern and find the missing number. Okay, which is the correct option? What is the pattern and which is the missing number? Yes, the pattern is 6, right? The numbers are increasing by each next number is 6 more than the previous one, right? And yes, the missing number is 23. The correct option is 23 because 17 plus 6 is 23, right? Very good. Okay, what is the missing number in the pattern? Which is the correct option? Yes, each next number is the sum of last two numbers, right? You can see here 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8. So that would be 8 plus 5, 13. Yes, the missing number is 13, right? Okay, type the missing number in the sequence. The sequence is decreasing by 5. Yes, the missing number is 38 it is. Okay, type the next number in the sequence. So which is the next number? Yes, the next number in the sequence is 38. The correct option is 38. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, let's just do more questions from the lesson. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing? Yes, that is 15. The missing number is 15. Type the next number in the sequence. So which number is missing? Yes, the next number is 21. It is. The next number in the sequence is very good. That would be 21. You can see how the pattern 1 plus 0 is 1, right? Let's see how the pattern is increasing. How the sequence is 1 plus 0 is 1, right? 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 6, 3 plus 4 is 7, and 7 plus 6 is 13. So you can see every time the number is increasing by 2. So the next one is you have to add 13 plus 8, and 13 plus 8 is 21. So the next number in the sequence is 21. Got it? The correct option is 21. Okay, type the missing number in the sequence. Okay, the sequence is decreasing, right? How it is decreasing? Yes, it is 33. The next number in the sequence is 33. Very good. The correct option is 33. Type the missing number in the sequence. Yes, very good. The next number in the sequence is 16. The correct option is 16. Type the missing number in the sequence. Yes, the missing number is, the correct option is 2, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is number sequences, word problems, right? Word problems you can do on your own. Let's just start with the next one, that is evaluate variable expressions for number sequences, right? Okay, let's just start with basically you are given with the numerical expression, right? You have to evaluate that numerical expression for the different values of the variable. For example, you can see the first example. Find the first three terms of the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1, and the um, expression you are given is 2 times 3 exponent n, right? Here is the expression you are given for, right? You need to evaluate, you have to calculate the first three terms, and you are given the first one, the first value of n is 1. Like for the first time you need to replace this n with 1. So you can see here 2 times 3, you replaced n with 1. So any number exponent 1 is the same number, right? So that would be 3 times 2. The correct option is 6, right? For the second term, you need to put n equals 2. So when you put n equals 2, that would be 3 exponent 2. 3 exponent 2 means you have to evaluate 3 times 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So that would be 9 times 2 equals 18. So the second term is 18. For the third term, you have to replace the n equals 3. So 3 exponent 3 means you have to multiply 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. So that would be 54. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. This one is already solved. So when we do on our own, that would be more clear to you. Okay. Find the first four terms of the sequence defined below. Where n represents the position of a term in the sequence, start with n equals 1, right? So that is negative 6n plus 7. And you have to start with n equals 1. You have to evaluate the negative 6n plus 1. You have to start with n equals 1. So let's just replace n with 1 to calculate the first term. So negative 6 times 1 plus 7, right? You just replace the n with 1. So that would be negative 6 times 1 is negative 6 plus 7. So 7 minus 6 is 1. That means the first term in the sequence is 1. For the second one, let's just replace n by 2. So that would be negative 6 times 2 plus 7. So negative 6 times 2 is negative 12, and negative 12 plus 7 is negative 5, right? So that means the second term in the sequence is negative 5. For the third one, replace n equals 3. So that would be negative 6 times 3 plus 7. 6 times 3 is 18. Negative 18 plus 7 equals negative 11 it is. So the next term in the sequence is negative 11. So the three terms are 1, negative 5 and negative 11. The correct option is you have to evaluate the fourth one also. 1, negative 5, negative 11. Okay, let's just calculate the fourth one because n equals 4. That is negative 6 times 4 plus 7. So 7 times 6 is negative 24, and negative 24 plus 7 is negative 17 it is, right? So the first four terms are 1, negative 5, negative 11, and negative 16. 17. Yes, option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, find the first four terms in the sequence defined below. Okay, you have to evaluate the first four terms. You have to start with n equals 1. So for the first time, replace n with 1. For the second time, replace n with 2. For the third time, replace n with 3. For the fourth time, replace n with 4. So 4 exponent 1 means 4. That is 3 times 4. That is 12, right? 4 exponent 2 means you have to do 4 times 4, right? And 4 times 4 is 16. So you have to do 3 times 16, and 3 times 16 is 48. Got it? For the third time, you have to do 4 times 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64 it is. And 3 times 64 is 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 19, 192 it is, right? You can multiply on your own. For the fourth time, you have to evaluate 4 exponent 4. That would be 16 times 16 is 256, and 256 times 3 is, yes, that is 768, right? So that means the correct option is option number 1, right? That is 1248, 192, and 768. Option 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, for the next one, use your notebook and pencil, evaluate the terms, and write the answer in the chat box. Okay, find the first four terms in the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. So, which is the correct option? Evaluate the terms on your notebook, then write the correct option in the chat box. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 2. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. 3, 1, -1 and -3. Please do not guess the answers. Use your notebook and pencil to evaluate the values, right? Okay, the next one is find the first five terms of the sequence defined below where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Yes, again that is option number 2. The correct option is 3, 9, 27, 81 and 243 is the correct option. Okay, find the first four terms of the sequence below where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 2. Yes, I think. Let me check. Okay, yes, option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is find the first four terms in the sequence defined below where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the correct option, right? Okay, the next one is find the first three terms of the sequence defined below where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 8, 16, and 32. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Find the first three terms of the sequence defined below where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. So which is the correct option? That is mm, option number 1 is the correct option. Yes, very good. The correct option is option number 1, that is negative 1, 2, and 5, right? Okay, the next one is find the first five terms of the sequence defined below where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. So which is the correct option? Okay, negative 17, negative 25, negative 33, negative 41, negative 49. So which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 1. Very good. Okay, we are done with the lesson. You can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is write variable expressions for arithmetic sequences. Okay, you're given with the sequences now, right? You have to write the mathematical expressions for those sequences. So let's just see how do we write the mathematical expressions for those sequences, right? So let's just start with the first example. Okay, write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence. Okay, you are given the sequence. The sequence is 20, 21, 22, and 23, right? You have to write the sequence. How do we write the sequence, right? First, let's just see the first number is 20. One of the number is fixed, right? The other number is changed. You can see here it is, for example, it is n plus 19, right? You can check like this. The first term is 20, so that means 19 plus 1 is 20, right? The next one is 21. 19 is fixed. You have to add change n values. 19 plus 2 is 21. 19 plus 3 is 24, right? And 19 plus 4 is 23. That means the correct n plus 19 is the correct one, right? This is already solved. Let's just do the one on the test, then that would be very easy for you to understand. Okay, let's see. You have write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first term. Okay, you are given the options. You can check with the first one, n plus 82. The first value is n equals 1. So just replace the n with 1. 1 plus 82 equals 83. That is the first term in the sequence, right? You can check for the second one, n equals 2. 82 plus 2 is 84. That is the second sequence. You can replace n with 82 plus 3 is 85. Here is the third term. Then you have replace n with 4. So 82 plus 4 equals 86, right? That means the correct option is n plus 82. The correct option is n plus 82, right? Okay, the next one is write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first term. Okay, you have to. Okay, let's see. You have to find the sequence. Okay, you two of the options given below. You can just check for the first one. Negative 8 times n. Replace n with 1. So negative 84 times 1 is negative 84, right? Replace n with 2. So negative 84 times 2 is 2 times 4 is 8. That is negative 168. So that means the correct option is option number 1. That is negative 84n, right? The correct option is option number 1. Okay, write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first time. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is, which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 2 is the correct option. N plus 10 is the correct option. Okay, write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first time. So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first time. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is option number, yes, option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 is the 1 for the first time. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1. 3n is the correct option. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first time. So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1. N minus 2 is the correct option. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first time. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, right? 96n is the correct option. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first time. So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 8 maths. The chapter we were working on is number sequences, and the lessons we have covered today are number sequences mixed review, number sequences word problems you have to do on your own, and evaluate variable expressions for number sequences and write variable expressions for arithmetic sequences, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any question related to the lesson we just did, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Please ask if you have any question. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.